Welcome to the Integration Station. I'm Ashley Michaud, your coach. It's all happening. Hello and welcome, you beautiful souls. I've got a wonderful friend with us here today. Her name is Janine, and she is here to talk about how plant medicine has helped her in her life, how it is that she's helping people, and just here to really inspire any of our listeners here to, once you've done the work of healing yourselves, it's like almost like our moral obligation to start helping other people. So no matter where you are on your journey, stop whatever you're doing and give this gal, a nice listen. And without further ado, I'll just pass off so Janine can share her own story.
I want to thank you so much, Ashley. I'm so grateful to be here on your podcast. It's my first podcast, so I'm excited. And my name's Janine Luna. I'm 57 years old. And I wanted to talk today about how I got into healing others. I was hit by a drunk driver when I was 21. And I went through the windshield and he really messed up my life. I was only 21. And, my body was like twisted this way. And it took a year to get me like this. And I was on pain meds and everything. And then after the pain meds, they would give me stomach meds because I started getting stomach issues. And then after the stomach issues came a thyroid issue, and so on and so on and so on. So here I'm, 21, had a couple kids, and I couldn't even have more kids because I was in so much pain. So throughout the years, I just kept building more and more. I trusted my doctors so faithfully, and I did what they asked, and I took what they said. I took every pill they wanted. And I was on 30 medications. So by the time I found the solution to my problems and how to heal myself, it was cake after that. So, here I'm bedridden, at age, I'm 57 now. So this was like a year ago. So a little over a year ago, I was bedridden. And when I started my journey, I had 5 fractures in my back and I had a broken wrist. I was broken in half. And with my wrist, I denied surgery. They said, all we can do is put a plate and screws in your hand, And I refused it because I had already started healing everything else. And so I found out I had stage 3 osteoporosis. So the breakage was very high. And I was breaking bones just by coughing or lifting very light things. So, once I found the solution, I took it faithfully. And within the first 30 days, I just started dropping off medications. Like after day 2, I ditch coffee, which I wasn't even trying to, but that's what happens with these foods. The cravings that you have for all those bad foods and acidic foods, because these are all live organic superfoods is what I'm talking about. So it took me on this wonderful journey, and after 4 months on it, I did another bone density test, and I was taking this one product, amino acids, which builds your muscle without building muscle. A doctor formed this, and it's to give coma patients muscle tone while they're sleeping. So it's like a big deal for me during my journey, due to the fact that I'm trying to heal my bones. You got to make muscle to heal bone. And I was doing that. I reversed my osteoporosis. And I was like, oh my God, I have to help everybody. And not just my osteoporosis, all these other illnesses I had. I had diabetes. I had mental illness. I had schizophrenia, bipolar, anxiety. And I dropped all 8 of those because how that happens with food for medicine is you heal your gut, and then you're able to absorb nutrition. And once you absorb nutrition, all your happy feelings are in your gut. And your serotonin levels are in your gut. So when you heal your gut, you heal your illness. And like I said, it's all alkali. And they're live. And so was my water. I was doing Kagan water, which is also live alkali water. So I was very dead serious. I did not want to go back to where I was because I live alone, had a dog. I'm like, it was so bad, Ashley. I mean, it was so bad. And you're so alone. And I feel that, if I could help somebody else, that would be great. If I can't, that would be sad. And maybe later they'll be ready to talk to me, because I'm willing to open the conversation with people, no pressure or anything, just to give them the information that I know, which is hard to fit it all in here in one. And another thing that was affecting my illness and giving me more illnesses is glyphosate. A lot of people don't know what that is. Glyphosate is Roundup weed killer. That's in our soil, our water, our air. It's everywhere. You can't wash it off. There's nothing you can do, no matter what. So this man that I partner with, Dave Sandoval, he made Biomedic. Biomedic eliminates 74% glyphosate. And it's the only product in the world that's been tested 7 times by a detox project. So these are very pure quality. And when he grows it, he's regenerated the soil to where there's no glyphosate, no heavy metals, no nothing. It's pure. And he strives for that. His aunt was really ill and they didn't tell her, all you had to do was eat these foods and you could, reverse your problems. So she ended up dying and he vowed to never let anybody else suffer again and, lose their life early or suffer with the illness. So if I can do it at 57 and 30 medications, everybody can do it. So
I love that. I love that the belief that you have, the faith that you have in the fact that everybody can do this is so strong. I felt like that too. It's like once I got sober, people would be like, oh, that was just so easy for you. And it's like, no, it wasn't easy. It was a decision. And that's all it is. It's just a decision. And you can do it too. And, it sounds like you're at that same point. And the thing is, like, osteoporosis is a huge issue with women that are above like 40, 45 even, come 50, 60, you really have to watch your muscle tone. And you should be doing this your whole life, but I understand on medications, that's really hard to do. Another issue that comes for women is leaky gut and diabesity, which is like diabetes and obesity. Both are one, they're the same thing, just different symptoms, but caused by blood sugar resistance. And so it's really important to get this stuff under control as young as possible. But I love that you're just walking, talking proof that there's it's not too late for anybody. It doesn't even take that a long of time. Like you're saying, in a year you got off the medications. In a year you're looking beautiful and full of energy. Like, this is incredible. And
thank you.
You're right.
I feel it. I mean, it's like amazing. And it's just not me. There's so many testimonies. There's from cancer to blindness. My dog is on it. We have it for dog, Epigenius for dogs. He's on it, and he has a breathing problem. He's a Pomeranian, and they have problems where their tracks collapse, and they also have knee joint issues where their knees go out. So my last dog had that, and he had to have surgery right before he died, and it's $4,500. So to buy him a product for $37 compared to the $4,500, possibly needing surgery down the road, that wasn't an option for me. And I didn't want him to end up like my other dog did. So his name's Cinnamon Bear, and he hasn't had a breathing attack in 1 year since he's been on it. And he had results in 4 days. So he had leaky gut. And how you could tell on the dog is their eyes water and they shake their head. That most likely saying they have, gut issues. And so he did. And all that went away like in 4 days. I was like surprised. So, I gave it some more time, a few months. And he never had a breathing attack. And I was like, wow. It's just amazed how it's so scientific. Because Dave is like a science nut. And it's very scientifically formulated. And he's done it so well. And he's been in business 30 years. But the only thing he asks of us is, to share our story. And we do. And he doesn't, have advertising. He doesn't want to taint it. He doesn't want to make it more expensive for other people either. Because they're like me. They can't work, mostly. And, you're not getting any benefits. And it was tough. So, but the refrigeration he does too is amazing because Dave's Whole Foods is 98% enzymes. And the grocery store is 48% enzymes. So if you have leaky gut, not absorbing nutrition, and you're only getting 48% of the nutrition value, you're not going to heal because it's not going to be alkali one. If you're all alkali, you can't get sick. You can't get sick. So it's really important to be, all alkali. And I do recommend it for everybody. You got for kids too.
Yeah, my kid just came in here. That's why I looked a little distracted there for a minute. They're soaking wet. They were out in the rain with the dog. You're talking about your dog, rainy? And the kids all come inside soaking wet with their dog. Perfect timing. Rainy. Yeah.
It's opposite here. It's blazing. It's hot. I got my air conditioner on since I woke up.
Oh, man.
It's hot. It's like 100 degrees.
So where are you right now in the world?
I'm in San Diego, California. So beautiful city.
Yeah.
You should come see me sometime.
Oh, absolutely. I will. California is already on my list because I want to host a retreat in Shasta. It's the root chakra of the entire planet on the ley line. So I'm really excited to get down there, do some yoga, and host a retreat at some point. Yeah, and I'll make my way down to you too.
Okay. That sounds fun. I yet to go on to the retreat yet. My son did. He went to Belize. They have an all vegan community. Cool. And it's yeah, it is. Is there anything you want me though that you're curious about?
Yeah, I'm curious. Like you talk about the plant-based foods, working with plants as medicine, working with natural water, living water. Is there anything else that you attribute to your success when it comes to healing yourself?
I just think it's the compassion I have and the sincerity and the urgency, because it's so hard to, people are like, what's this glyphosate? And I didn't even know what glyphosate was, until I went vegan. And that was like 4 years ago. But, my son is the one that saved my life, because he called me one day and he's like, Mom, can you watch this documentary and tell me what you think after? And I didn't know what it was about. So I said, yeah, I'll do that. So I watched it and I called him and he's like, well, what do you think? And I'm like, I guess we're going vegan. And that was called What the Health on Netflix. Have you seen it, Ashley?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, it's really good. It doesn't show animal abuse or anything. It just shows how the pharmaceutical companies and, the doctors and the farmers are all in it for the money. So they are trying to kill us. The government has kept glyphosate legal forever. Roundup's getting sued and they're still up and going. and our soil is doused for years and years and years. Of soil has been doused, so you know the food is already tainted, even organic foods. And you know by 2055 they say there's only going to be 10% left that you can grow on, which is not very much, and it's not going to be pure. To me, that's the thing that's going to take it over the top of healing, is that it's pure and clean and all that glyphosate, heavy metals, all that stuff, you know. And if you are vegan, it's important not to eat just vegan junk food, because I did that at the very beginning. My levels were the worst ever. My cholesterol was like 230 something. So it, you know, that was like stopped right away. And I found out it was the salt in the tofu. I was getting teriyaki tofu. And, you know, once I stopped that, everything came back to normal. But I always say if I do show junk food, you know, vegan junk food, I always say in moderation. And I eat it maybe once a month, maybe twice.
Yeah, I really love the blood sugar solution by Mark Hyman, because he goes into a lot of different diets. I was like really blessed when I went to nutrition school at the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, because he was one of the talking teachers there, and he went really deep into these subjects of big pharma, big farm, and big sugar. What's the other one? Big farm, big pharma,
and big organic.
Yeah, there's another one. But they do, yeah, they're like all orchestrated together. It's pretty evil and demonic, and the way that they do subsidies have allowed it to go on for a long time, which proves that the government is actually in on this in one way or another, most likely just because they wanted to get elected, and that's where their funding was coming from. And it's either, well, if you want to be president, then here, you need to sign this piece of paper and we'll give you the money. It's extortion. It's like, it's illegal, like all of this stuff, and it hasn't helped humanity at all. You know, this is a new version of Newberg, or, you know, I don't know if any of you guys follow that, but you know, a lot of what's being used, you know, fluoride in our water and glyphosate on our food, this was all used in World War II as well. This is very much like Newberg, and
exactly.
Yeah, or you maybe even be able to relate it to like Aquapelago and like a whole bunch of other things too. It's not right what's happening in our health, and it's so our responsibility, 120,000% our responsibility to do everything that we can to make sure that our future, our legacy, our kids get better than, you know, 10%, 20% of farmland left. It's our job to, you know, create more edible landscapes, to preserve the soil, to rebuild soil, which actually it takes a while to rebuild soil, but not as long as you think. And, you know, if there was more of us that were thinking and putting our love and our heart and our compassion and our reverence and our respect into our soils, into edible landscaping, into our own health and our bodies, which is a complete representation of our planet, you know, there'd be more for the future generations. And maybe this is the worst of it, what we're going through and what we're experiencing now. You know, there's obviously the dominator culture, you know, they wanted a great reset, but what they're getting is a great awakening, and more people are waking up. And I love how you took these last couple of years to get yourself right. You know, a lot of people, you know, they didn't know what to do in the last 2 years. You know, they felt victim to fear. And whereas you're like, oh, well, I'm taking this time and I'm going to build my body back, and then I'm going to do something right for this world, and I'm going to help others. And I just feel that it was like my job to help share you and your story. So I'm really grateful for all the way that you show up and everything you're doing now. I'm wondering what it is that you're doing in your free time. You know, we know you're putting a lot of effort into getting your body right. You're putting a lot of effort into your business and helping other people. What are you doing for you?
For me, if I have any free time, because my passion's so strong, wake up in the morning, I'm on the phone. Go to bed, I'm on the phone. that's how the passion is. And when you got something like this, the secret inside you, and you know what is on the other side of the secret, that's going to make you just the passion is like so real, because I don't want nobody to end up like this. And another thing I do is I play with my crazy dog. He's a crazy Pomeranian. He's actually being really good. Usually when I do lives, he's over here. And he's always in them because I have to pick him up. So he's funny. But yeah,
that's your time. Puppy play. They're so spirited.
Yeah. Well, I'm lucky I get to stay at home and do that. All I need is a phone and Wi-Fi, and I could do this anywhere in the world. So it's freedom, financial freedom.
Yeah, I love that.
It's a kind human tribe, and we only take elite people, and mainly to heal themselves, to heal others, and see the value in the community that Allison Jade, she has grown to be, her and her husband. And it's growing every day. Dave, he's, you talk about all these lands and stuff. He's helping other farmers regenerate their soil because the supply is in demand at Perium. Perium is the superfoods company, and it stands for pure and premium, which brings Perium. And that's what it is, pure and premium.
Thank you. So I have two more questions. One of them is just light and fun, and the other one's all about how everyone can contact you. So to start is, if I give you a magic wand right now, what would be 3 things you would change in the world as a whole?
Man. Well, I would want to change people because I run into a lot of nasty people. And that doesn't exist in my world. So the wand would come out and make them kind humans. And the other thing would be to stop all animal abuse. And the other is my own wand I'm using to heal others. So.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, and lastly, how can our listeners find you, contact you, get their hands on these products that you're speaking on today?
My name's Janine Luna, Janine_Luna, and I'm on Instagram and Facebook. I have a big yellow flower in my hair, because I was hacked on Instagram, and they had my account for 3 months. And they were using all my followers. They were demanding money from my 2,000 followers. And Instagram never did anything. And then one day it was just gone. I got my original name, but I didn't get my original account, and the hacker was gone. Every time I tried to make an account, they said I had suspicious activity. And I'm like, okay. So they would block me. And that went on 4 different times. So yeah, but anyway, that's why I have the yellow flower. You can spot me. It's actually Janine Luna 47 on Instagram now. That's what it is.
Awesome. I'll link that below too, so everyone can find you. And then
I emailed you my website too.
Yeah, perfect. I'm gonna make it all linkable when I post this, so it's easier.
Okay, cool.
Sometimes people are driving though, so I like it to be, spoken to, because if they're driving, they know go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the products that you were talking about today that have helped you so much, one of them was the Kagan water, which is alkaline water. And for anybody who doesn't know, you can just find local suppliers in your area and they'll let you fill up so you can try it. We call it happy water. Yeah, you're one of them. And then the other product. Perfect. And then the other one was Purium.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Janine. Really, yeah, really, thank you. I know this is going to help a lot of people. It's going to inspire them one way or another on their journey. So thank you for your time. Thank you for showing up the way you do. We'll talk soon. Bye.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Ashley.
Thank you.
Bye bye.